y'all, I'm back and this is week 7 of my journey. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Joya and I am on a journey to lose a total of 45 to 50 pounds by October. And this is my 7th week. So let's talk about week 7. Okay, well, as you can see in the thumbnail, my total pounds drop is smaller than it was last week. Hear me out. So this week, dun dun dun, that time of the month, right? Okay, so if you're a woman, you know that your period does weird things in your body. So that's what's been happening this week. Weird things. Your girl has been fatigued, unmotivated, having cravings, having headaches, soreness, cramps, all those things. And if you've been around for a little while, you also know that I have fibroids. So I've had fibroid surgery and gotten a really big one and some small ones taken out, but I still have 4 fibroids in me. Fibroids plus menstrual cycle is like, it can be a recipe for disaster. However, I did not have a disastrous week. It just looks like that on the scale. So first things first, it seems that in these 7 weeks, I've dropped 9 pounds because this week I actually went up 2.8, I think, just about 3 pounds on the scale. But one thing I've learned over time is you gotta roll with the punches, right? You know, as long as you're thriving in health and you're not pregnant and you have a regular menstrual cycle, once a month, the scale is gonna go up, right? It can be very discouraging. But once you get into the mindset of no matter what, I'm going to keep working out. I'm going to keep eating right. I'm not gonna let the scale ruin my mood or ruin my progress, because guess what? Next week, your body's going to re-regulate. I'm actually very excited to see what my weigh-in will be next week once my body gets back on schedule and my hormones are back in check. But as of this week, it looks like a 9-pound loss. But the thing is, my waist measurement stayed the same. So anyway, yep, I'm back in the 190s temporarily. So we'll see what happens next week. But beyond that, this week was really, really good. I did not let my cycle stop my progress. I got in 6 workouts this week. So excited for that. I am still doing the Dirty 30 Athlete Pro workout. I'm at least doing the strength training from that program. This was the 3rd week, and y'all, it was no joke, okay? I can tell I'm getting stronger. I was actually using 25-pound dumbbells for overhead movements like strict presses and for overhead marches. So it felt good to increase my weight there. We did everything this week, y'all. You will see in my clip at the end that we worked every body part almost every day, which is 3 days a week. Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays have been my strength training days with this program. And it's just going so good. It's getting harder, but I'm getting stronger. And I'm just so excited to see where I will be in the 8th week, because this time we're going to finish the whole 8 weeks. I think this is the furthest I've actually gotten this program. I've started it before and struck out around week 2. So I'm excited to have completed week 3. Also this week, I did 2 mat Pilates classes with Body Pilates Raven, Pilates Body Raven. I'm gonna get this lady name right one day, but she's on YouTube and she has several free mat Pilates classes, several for beginners because Pilates is not my thing. But I got with her this week and I discovered that she actually has workouts that are specifically for that time of the month. And y'all, no joke, no cap, literally I felt better. Like the bloat felt smaller, my hips felt more open, the cramps weren't as bad. So those movements really did help me. She does the smallest movements, y'all, like things that you don't even think, child, this little workout ain't gonna do nothing for me. Listen, my core and my glutes are on fire every single time. Like literally laying down and like opening your legs like this has all of this, obliques, booty cheek, all of that in pain, y'all. And it just feels really good to know that you're getting stronger in those things. Some things that I did with her 2 weeks ago, I was able to do this week without pausing. And it just feels really good when you see the progress that you can make outside of the scale. So I did that twice this week, Tuesday and Thursday. And then on Saturday this morning, I got up and did a 20-minute row workout with Shane from Dark Horse Rowing. He is a beast, but I love his videos. He's also here on YouTube, several free videos. He's such a good instructor. Like, he tells you what stroke rate to aim for. He tells you how to breathe. He tells you mechanics. He breaks things down. Like, for some drills, you might just do arms, and then you will add in hips, and then you'll add in legs, because rowing is truly a full body workout. So I try to do that with him every Saturday morning just to get some intentional cardio in, and I love it. It's been great. Love hopping on my rower. It's such a fast way to get your heart rate up, to get a little sweat in, and to feel accomplished. So yeah, I got in 6 workouts this week despite Little Red Riding Hood showing up. Don't get me wrong, I love my period, okay? I just don't like when it stops my flow. You know what I mean? Like, my routine, no pun intended, my flow. But anyway, yeah, I don't like it to stop my routine. So that's my biggest non-scale victory this week, is the fact that I got in 6 workouts despite it being that time of the month. And working out actually, again, helped me to feel better. It helped me to stay loose, because a lot of times I get really stiff during that time of the month, and it's probably because I'm just not moving as much. And this month, I'm still doing my 10K a day. So I've been walking at least 10,000 steps every day, and that did not stop this week. So I got in over 10K every day this week. That felt good. Most of it was outside. Friday, it rained, so all my steps were, around the house. I got on my walking pad. I think I did a total of about 45 minutes on my walking pad. So that gave me almost half of my steps for the day. But the key is to get it in, to walk, to move, to just keep your body in constant motion. Even talking with your hands and laughing, all those things are burning calories. So that's, again, is calories in versus calories out, right? Speaking of calories in, y'all, so for the last 7 weeks, I've been really intentional about my eating. But I told you guys in my first video of this series that I'm not going to just cut foods out, okay? I have a husband, I have a child, I have friends, I have sorority sisters, and we like to eat, right? So I'm not gonna just cut out fast food, cut out alcohol, cut out restaurants. That's not me. That's not gonna be my lifestyle. So I'm not gonna do that for a short amount of time when it's not necessary. So I've eaten Chick-fil-A, I've had McAllister's, I've had Jersey Mike's, and just last night I went to a restaurant here in town and had a huge cheeseburger, some french fries, and my favorite, some tequila. So the thing is, it's balance, it's moderation. Am I having burger and fries every night or even every week? I'm not. But even when I do eat out, usually, despite last night, I think last night was the first time in 7 weeks that I was not in a caloric deficit. So even when I eat Chick-fil-A or Jersey Mike's, I'm making sure that the numbers make sense. So I'm still in my caloric deficit. I'm just planning for that meal. So when I have that meal, it still keeps me around 1,900 calories. Now, last night I did some rough math, and I'm pretty sure I was above maintenance, probably around like 2,800. But again, I'm not doing that all the time, and that one meal is not gonna set me back, especially with my progress that I'm making. So have fun. Don't just cut out things because you think you'll get there faster, because guess what? You're gonna revert faster as well. So make sure that you're doing things that make you happy, that keep you filled with joy, and that tastes good. Like, now, if you're gonna go over your calories, you gotta make sure it's worth it. Don't just be eating to be eating. Make sure that it's worth every bite, every calorie, every macro. Make everything count. So let's see, what else this week? This week, I had a hard time with being tired. I don't know if it was just work or if it was just getting up early. I get up at 5 a.m. to work out. And even though I've been doing that consistently for 7 weeks, it's still hard depending on what time I go to bed. I try to go to bed around 9:30 or 10, but that's not always the case. I have a toddler, and toddlers, they kind of do what they want, We're just here to keep them as safe as possible. But so I'm not always getting a full night of good rest. So this week I just felt a little bit off, tired, but I pushed through, and you should too if you're feeling a little discouraged, if you're feeling tired. Also, give yourself grace. That's what everybody keeps telling me. Give yourself grace. And I get it. And I think over the last year, I gave myself a little too much grace, which is how I got into this predicament of being 50 pounds over where I want to be. But I think there's somewhere equilibrium between grace and discipline. And that's kind of where I want to be. I don't want to be fit, fine, and unhappy, but I also don't want to be, I'm not going to be happy and joyful if I'm unhealthy. So there's a middle ground somewhere in there that we just really need to find and just kind of mellow out, kind of chill there. So what else happened in week 7? Week 7 was kind of, I did not meal prep this week. Again, I was tired. So something that I do not recommend is just winging it, right? This week, I pretty much was winging it with my foods. I was still in a caloric deficit, but it wasn't planned. I usually would try to meal prep on Saturday or Sunday, and I was just tired. I didn't want to do it, so I didn't. And I still got some ground beef in the fridge that I need to cook, and I just didn't do it. So each day for lunch, like I had protein shakes, a little mini bag of popcorns, kind bars, fiber bars. Like almost every meal just felt snacky. I did hit my macros. I made sure I still hit at minimum, my protein macro and a caloric deficit. In my opinion, they're the two most important. May not be true, but that's just how I feel. So I make sure every day to hit my protein and to hit my calories. But otherwise, I'm pretty sure my carbs were off the chart. But also, it was that time of the month. And somebody like me, I crave carbs. I crave salt. I crave sugar. So yeah, my carbs were probably a little high this week, but again, I still remain in a caloric deficit. But next week, I am for sure going to meal prep at least lunch. My breakfast is always kind of grab and go because, again, I'm trying to get a 2-year-old out of the house into school on time and myself to work on time. So my breakfast is always going to probably be a little grab and go, but at a minimum, lunch is usually my largest meal of the day. So I want that to be planned out. I want my numbers to look good. So I'm going to do better with that next week. But yeah, this week, y'all, we was just flying by the seat of our pants. I don't know if that's the right way to say that phrase. But anyway, it felt good coming out. But yeah, so week 7 was kind of wacky, kind of chaotic, all over the place. However, I feel good. Despite what the scale says, up 2.8, I feel amazing. I feel strong. I feel encouraged. I feel inspired to keep going. And I hope that when you have weeks where the scale goes the opposite direction than what you want, you too remain encouraged and stay the course because it's going to regulate. It's going to come back, y'all. I promise you the numbers will come back and make sense. But just know, particularly if you're a female, especially if you have fibroids or PCOS or any kind of hormonal imbalance, things happen, your water intake, feminine things just make feminine things happen. And we have to be okay with that. You got a healthy body, you're still going strong. And I just want you to know that you're not alone. I did not want to come on here and tell y'all I gained almost 3 pounds when I'm on a fat loss journey. But I know that somebody needed to hear this today. Somebody is getting discouraged and ready to quit because the scale is going in the wrong direction. But just hold on, child, hold on. I promise you, if you keep going, if you stay in your caloric deficit, and don't drop down, okay? If your number right now is like 1,900, don't go to start eating 1,400 because the scale is going in the wrong direction. Stay where you are. Stay in the highest point of your caloric deficit because I promise you, when your hormones balance back out, things are going to look better. So this is a shorter video this week. Your girl just wanted to come on here, tell you what's happening, why my numbers look the way they look. Week 7 was kind of crazy, but I'm so excited to start week 8 And I hope you guys are still encouraged on your journey. I'll talk to y'all next week. Bye.
Hey y'all, it's week 7 and 10K a day is still the only way. So I'm on my 3rd week of my 8-week program, Athlete Pro, and baby, it's getting harder, but I'm also getting stronger. Now I was holding these 25s above my head, praying to God that I didn't drop them, but I love how I made my core engage. Also, these push-ups are coming back, okay, slowly but surely. But speaking of back, I'm doing everything I can to unbig mine because we finna be in strapless and backless dresses and shirts all summer and probably in the fall too. So y'all get ready to get sick of me. Anyway, we also gotta keep the wagon dragging because baby, it's a full-time job. Now planks are already hard, so why they add these in here like that? But anyway, we were pushing up 25s up top and we was going down with 53-pound kettlebells. Also got to keep working my biceps because again, Winston getting real heavy. Now, got with my girl Raven not once but twice this week. Go me. Listen, she got a whole playlist dedicated for that time of the month, and baby, that's what we was dealing with because guess what? A period don't stop nothing but a sentence around here. So yeah, she had me doing all these small movements. They hurt real bad. Again, give them a try. You might regret it, but you might not. Anyway, Saturday morning I got with my boy Shane from Dark Horse Rowing. It was everything. You know how we end our week. We danced it out. Bye.